what was it like growing up in Brooklyn? Wow. I love Brooklyn. I love it. Now that I'm in Virginia, I've gotten used to the slower pace. I've gotten used to, living in the house with the grass. Like, we didn't know nothing about no grass, growing up in Bedford-Stuyvesant, right? It was just concrete, basketball courts, and don't even talk about a backyard. There was no backyard, right, in our apartment building. But, growing up in New York, like, I loved it. I loved being able to go outside, we didn't really have to worry about like supervision. It was like our parents watched us, but everybody on the block knew us, right? So it was like we was safe. We was able to walk to the corner store, to the bodega, and get stuff without having to worry about some of the things that the kids worry about today. We was able to go sit on the steps. That's what we call it in New York, the steps. You guys in, in the South and things like that call it the porch. But we didn't have to worry about that. I just loved, growing up in Brooklyn. They used to have the Soul in the Hole basketball games. When it was really hot, we used to let open that fire hydrant, just have like bad fun, But it was also the other side of Brooklyn, where it was just like, at least every other night, like we was running, from gunshots and things like that. And I'll never forget, growing up, everybody was like having fun. It was a summer and we were supposed to be having like a block party. We had block parties a lot, in New York. And I used to go around with my friends. We used to battle at block parties, right? I still got a little bit, right? But I just remember this one summer day, one of our friends was having a party because we was having a big block party. So everybody was getting prepared for the big block party. And it was me and some of my cousins and friends. And some of them had stayed, in front of my doorstep, like maybe a few buildings down. And we went inside the party. And I just remember us being inside the party and all of a sudden just hearing gunshots ringing out. So we're all like panicking and stuff like that. And at the time, I don't even think I was 16. I might have been like 14. But we were young. And I just remember hearing gunshots. And we're like, oh my God, oh my God. So we come out the building. And next thing you know, I'm walking up the street. And all I could see, and I'm getting emotional, all I could see is my friend, who I've always called my cousin my friend. She was shot. We thought her and her sister was shot. But her sister was just in such shock, because she had been shot. And that was the downside of growing up in Brooklyn, because you never knew what would happen. And my friend, my cousin, she survived. And for some time she was, paralyzed, but to this day now she's walking, praise God. But it was just like, those were things that we shouldn't have had to go through as children. And that's why even with Heaven Sent, creating that safe haven, that space where kids are able to come and they're able to, be with us in the summer for us to watch over them, because these streets don't love anybody, So it's like we have to do something to make sure the kids are protected, because seeing that, I'm a grown woman, and even talking about it still makes me emotional to know that we wasn't even 16. And to see that, happen. And that wasn't the first shooting I saw. I've seen people murder. I've seen bodies spread out through the park from shootouts, you know, and those are some of the memories, you know, from Brooklyn that are stuck in my head. So when I'm providing services and I'm doing things for the children here in Richmond, Virginia, I think about that. I think about those things because I don't want a child to ever have to experience that. But when you're in that type of environment, it's part of the environment, you know, and we just want to help kids through that. We want to help them have a childhood that doesn't involve shootouts and things like that.